Hi, today I want to talk about some books that I would like to read in June. There are two exciting things happening in June. The first one is the Reading Woman Readathon hosted by Kendra Winchester. I am going to fulfill some prompts, and not all of the books that I have on my TBR are for this readathon, but I try to fulfill a few prompts, books that I'm reading. And the second thing is Pride Month, so I picked two books that I feel like would be appropriate to read during Pride Month. But first I'm going to show you two books that I'm currently reading. The first one is The Tenant of the Whiteful Hall. I'm only like 3 chapters in, but I'm so far really liking it. And the second book that I have is The Luminaries by Elena Catton. I only just started it and it's huge, so it would be great if I finished both of those books before June 10th, because that's when I'm going on vacation with my mom to Sicily, and it would be great if I didn't have to bring that with me. But yeah, most of the books that I'm going to talk about are going to be books that I will bring with me to Sicily, because I do want to have a variety of books to pick from. So, for the Reading Woman Readathon, the first thing is The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer. I believe it fulfills prompt number 1 to read a translated book. I will leave all of the prompts in the description below. Not sure what it's about. I think it's about a group of people that go to a summer camp for like gifted teenagers together, and form a friendship, and then we kind of follow them through their life and kind of see where they ended up. The second book would be Euphoria by Lily King. Not really sure what this is about, but I believe it fulfills a prompt where you read a book where character travels somewhere, and from what I remember, this is about 3 anthropologists, and I think this is based on Margaret Mead's life. I studied a little bit anthropology, so I think this would be right up my alley. Next book is Small Great Things. Honestly, if my TBR is quite ambitious, so if there are any books that I feel like I might not get to in June, it might be this one. I feel like I bought this some time ago. This is why this fulfills a prompt of reading a book that has been on your TBR for quite a long time. But I bought this and I kind of over time lost interest in it, but I don't know, I give it a try. I used to read a lot of Jodi Picoult in middle school, high school, and I used to like her very much, but I'm kind of curious how I will like her books now. Next book is Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. And to be honest, I was going to film this video yesterday, but I was having such a bad day yesterday. Everything, like the universe was just against me, and so many terrible things happened yesterday, and one of those things involves this book. I borrowed this from the library. I don't use my library often because, I like to collect books, but, it was a summer read, like a light mystery / thriller. So I've decided to borrow Big Little Lies from the library, since I thought I don't really need it in my collection, so why, spend money? So I borrowed it, and while I was coming back home, I was carrying a lot of things like in my hands because I only had the small bag with me, and I was doing groceries, so I asked the cashier for a bag, and I kind of put this book with my groceries in my bag along with my carrot juice. And you know exactly where this is going. I hate myself. So yeah, I'll definitely have to pay for this book, and yeah. But this is so well loved, not sure what it is about. I think it's about like a group of women that have children and they're friends and someone dies, and but yeah, I'm actually quite excited about this. I feel like I might enjoy it. And the next book would be... Okay, so this is a collection of poetry. I think it's translated quite literally, so it's a view with a grain of sand. It's by Wisława Szymborska. She, as you can probably guess, won the Nobel Prize in 1996 with this collection. So this fulfills 2 prompts, I believe. Oh, I forgot to mention the prompt for Big Little Lies. I'll get back to it. So this fulfills a woman who won a Nobel Prize and also another prompt that involves reading a book of poetry written by a woman. So yeah, I don't think I've ever read Wisława Szymborska. She's not that famous on BookTube, but you know, she's a Polish author. She was used to write poetry, and she was, I think, an essayist too. I'm very excited to finally get into it. And going back to Lane Moriarty, Big Little Lies, this fulfills a prompt of reading a woman author that is from, I think the prompt was either from Australia or Canada, and I believe Lane Moriarty is from Australia. And now let's get to the books that I'm reading for Pride Month. The first one is Sarah Waters' Tipping the Velvet. This is such a cute edition. I actually bought most of her books in this edition, and I haven't read any of them. But you will see this in my book haul for June. I don't know much about this. I believe Sarah Waters writes mostly, if not exclusively, historical fiction involving lesbian characters in England in the 19th or 20th century. I'm not sure if this fulfills any prompts on the list, but I don't think so, so I'm not counting it for the Reading Woman Readathon. But I mean, Sarah Waters is a woman, so I don't know. And the last book would be Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I think this is the classic when it comes to LGBT plus fiction. It is super short, so I think this won't take me long to read. So that's everything. Tell me in the comments what you're reading for June, if you're reading anything for the Pride Month or the Reading Woman Readathon. And see you soon. Bye!